Joe Biden has had the most disastrous first month of any president in modern history. That's true. Already the Biden administration has proven that they are anti-jobs, anti-family, anti-borders, anti-energy, anti-women, and anti-science. In just one short month, we have gone from America first to America last. You think about it, right? America last.
A very, very adroit summation of the last 6 weeks. Doesn't matter what the issue is, national security, the economy, COVID, we have gone from America first to America last. I'm Sebastian Gorka. This is America First on the Salem Radio Network. The president, the boss, is back in a rip-roaring presentation yesterday at the largest conservative gathering of the year. Now, exceptionally in Florida, not here in the swamp. Donald Trump, the 45th president of the United States, took his message, not just to the conservatives, the thousands who were there in the Hyatt Hotel. We'll talk about Hyatt momentarily and what the left is trying to do to them, but also to Joe Biden, his replacement, whether it's being anti-science, anti-women, whether it's anti-borders. Just 6 weeks, almost to the day, just 6 weeks, we have seen a radical change in our direction. But he played them, and he also indicated, rather in a fun fashion, that a Republican will take the White House in 4 years' time. Who could that be, he asked. We'll play you that later. But we're going to listen to your reactions, lots of cuts, and special guests. What does it mean for the conservative movement? Victor Davis Hanson will be with us. Congressman Matt Gaetz, John Solomon of the Just the News Network, and the Daily Caller's Mary Margaret Olahan. Our number here on America First, 833-33-GORKA, G-O-R-K-A. That's 833-334-6752. But let me just say one thing. As we were watching it live with my muse yesterday, and she's not a very emotional person, doesn't wear her heart on her sleeve, a serious lady. About 20 minutes in, maybe 15 minutes in, she just sighed and said, "Isn't it good to have him back?" Why is that? It's not just about the man. It's about what he telegraphs to all Americans. Who was it who said it? It's Monica Crowley, the weekend after the election in 2016. We were at a conference in Florida, of all places. That would have been a wake if he had lost, but was a celebration. It was David Horowitz's annual gathering. And Monica took the podium. David has an amazing, like 2 days, 3 days of events with, 36 speakers. And Monica took the stage, and she's a firebrand. And she explained it so well. Most people misunderstand Donald Trump. And when they looked at candidate Mr. Trump, they tried to put him into an ideological box, tried to force a taxonomy, a label onto him. And what they missed, and why it was therefore impossible for them to understand who he is and what he represents in American politics, was the fact that he never was, and still isn't. Now, this is the remarkable thing. He never was an ideological candidate. He didn't fit into a neat box. You couldn't just force this square peg into a round hole. This is a Republican candidate, remember, who at one of his events, if not more, pranced around the stage waving a gay pride flag. Despite all the Democrat presidents we've had, this is the first one who, as a Republican, appointed an openly homosexual member to his cabinet, Rick Grenell, ambassador to Berlin and then acting director of national intelligence. So he just didn't fit into an easy mold. He wasn't an ideological candidate, Monica Crowley told us. He was an attitudinal candidate. It wasn't about fitting into somebody else's predetermined prejudice labeling system. It was about his attitude. Not as a billionaire from Manhattan. Wrong, wrong, wrong. That's superficial. That's the last 50 years of his professional career. No, the kid from Queens, the young boy, the young man who would have to go collecting rent from the low-income buildings that his father had built to give individuals that first step up. That's who he is, who he still is. A man who loves this country, who will fight for this country, not just for members of a certain class. He's not going to fight for his fellow quote-unquote politicians because he's not a politician. He wasn't then and he isn't now. This is a man who will fight for America and all that is good about America. That's why the wall matters. That's why jobs matter. That's why a trade war with China was essential to our administration to bring those jobs back. That's why we didn't surrender to ISIS like Obama did and say, sorry guys, I said they were a JV team, but now, quote unquote, they've become a generational threat. You're just gonna have to live with it. No. We come in, Donald Trump, commander-in-chief, unleashes the military, removes those asinine rules of engagement that tied their hands behind their back, and what happened? Within 5 months, the caliphate, the slave markets, the beheadings of ISIS was history. Destroyed. No more caliphate. That's an attitude. That's how America was built. By speaking the truth and fighting for the truth. Monica was right 6 years ago, and she's right today. Donald Trump isn't an ideologue. He wasn't an ideological candidate. He was an ideological president. His was an attitude. And let's just summarize it. It was an American attitude. From the moment he came down those escalators with the beautiful Melania, to the day he put his hand on the Bible as the First Lady held it for him, to when he pulled us out of the insane Paris Climate Accords, to the day he decided to send a message to the murderous Assad in Syria, to the day he told the Chinese no more. His attitude was to stand up for all of us, even if you didn't vote for him. That's the remarkable thing. That's who Donald John Trump is. And the boss is back. And it's a very, very good feeling. I'm Sebastian Gorka. This is America First. Back on YouTube. I can't keep a good man down. Also streaming at our website, sebgorka.com, SEBGORKA. Also on Rumble, on Twitter, on Facebook. Whatever counts, we're there. Stay on this channel.